Hi there, I'm Kevin from Bake Boss, and I'm standing outside one of our stores here in New Zealand. This one's in Auckland, and I'm just going to take you inside. What I'm going to do today is basically answer the question that everyone seems to ask, especially new cake decorators. I've got my daughter's or my son's first birthday or second birthday cake. I want to make it myself, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how easy it is to grab some stuff off the shelves with an edible image, with the pre-made cakes and some of the other ingredients that we use just to make your own cake. With a pretty good result for a first-time cake decorator. So follow me and I'll take you through it. Hi there, I'm with Trish at our Auckland Bake Boss store. Now we're standing in front of a Creator Cake Station. Now all of our Bake Boss stores across Australia and New Zealand have these. Basically they're a computer with a printer that prints on sheets of edible icing in food colouring, so they're 100% edible. Now what you can do is you can come in and you can choose one of the existing images. We've got licensed and non-licensed images on there. We've got all the Disney and Pixar themed licensed images for cupcakes, A4 and 6.3 inch round. You can also bring your own images in as well, and Trish is just going to take us through on what we have to do if we want to get an image printed in store. So Trish, if I may, what's the first step when I come into a store and I need an image made for my cake?
If you know what you want, just ask us and we'll search it for you and show you. If you don't know, you can just look at it at your leisure. There's heaps and heaps on there. But you can go onto the search at the very, very top of the page. There's a search button and you can type in whatever your search is. So in this case it's princess. So I'm just going to search princess. And you're going to see a whole range of princess images pop up. We have the 1 to 0 to 9 images that you can pop on top of a cake, or you can hire our number tins and put those on top as well. You also have lots of scenes and different things like that, and all relatable to the princess theme.
Now there's a lot of images on here and there's a lot of content to get through. So this website is actually available online at home as well, so you can go log on at home and actually sort of browse it at your leisure rather than having to come in here and just stand in front of a computer for an hour. Yep. Okay, Trish, so while this is printing, if we could just have a wee chat about what else this can do for us. So we can add text to any images as well?
You can add text to personalised images.
Right.
So we do have some templates for that as well. They are ones that are Disney characters, so you can actually drop your child's photo into a template of a Disney character.
So what format do you need that, and how do I give you that image?
That needs to be JPEG or PNG.
I can bring that either in on a stick drive or email that to you? Or?
Yep, absolutely. Or you can do it yourself online.
So are you saying that I can actually design my own image with frames and stuff and drop my own picture in, save it, and then send it to you to get it printed off?
Yes, as soon as you order it online, I will receive that.
Well, it certainly saves a lot of time waiting in the shop.
Yep.
Okay, so while Trish finishes printing this off, we're going to go into the shop and grab a few bits and pieces so we can make a cake. As you can see, the stores are absolutely massive. And I've got a whole wall here full of licensed candles, wafer paper cupcake toppers, cupcake wraps, you name it, they've got it. So I'm just going to grab some Disney Princess wafer paper cupcake toppers, I'm going to grab some cupcake wraps, and I'm also going to grab a packet of Disney Princess candle picks as well. So I've got those. Trish is already sorting out my edible image. Okay, I've got all my licensed bits and pieces. I'm just going to go into the freezer and get a cake and a litre of Rich and Smooth, and I'll meet you in the classroom and put the cake together. Cheers. Great, well we've done our shopping and I've got my cake, my cupcakes and my Rich and Smooth. I've got 3 fruit gels here, yellow, blue and pink. I've got my wafer paper cupcake toppers, cupcake wraps, Disney Princess candles, and I've also got my edible image cake topper that I printed on the Creator Cake machine out in the shop. I've got my cake card that my cake's going to sit on, and I've also got a baseboard that I'm going to put it on when I'm finished. So bear with me, I'm going to whip up the Rich and Smooth now, and I'll put it all together. Okay, so I've taken the paper off the bottom and the sides, and I've flipped the cake upside down onto my cake card. And I'm just centering that in the middle of my turntable. Over here I've got some Rich and Smooth that I've coloured with a little bit of the blue gel, and I'm going to take my straight edged palette knife and start putting a little bit of Rich and Smooth onto my cake. Using the first 2 inches of my palette knife, I'm just going to spread that, little movements like that, just to get it to go towards the edge of the cake. See what I'm doing? I'm not being terribly active with it, and I'm using this part of the palette knife here to actually spread it. When you spread butter on bread, you don't spread it like this, you spread it like this, and that's exactly what I'm doing with my Rich and Smooth. Now I'm just going to lock that palette knife in place, keep the tip of my palette knife in the middle and turn my palette knife up, see like that, and then I'm just going to try and hold my hand as sturdy as I can, and as I do that I'm just going to turn my palette knife at the same time and slowly push down. Take it off. I'm now going to take some of my Rich and Smooth onto my palette knife, and I'm going to turn it upside down and start masking the side of my cake. Basically all you're after is a uniform coverage around the outside of your cake, like so. Okay, so I'm just going to take my de-scraper and I'm going to put it like so and just go around to take off the excess Rich and Smooth. You don't want to take it all off, and I'm happy with that. What I'm going to do with my palette knife now is use the side of my palette knife as a blade and just go around the top and take off that edge, like so. Now you can go in from the inside and try and get it nice and flat if you want. There's a little bit there that just needs touching up. I'll just repeat the process. Repeat the process. Again, just take that edge off. Now, even if this is really lumpy and bumpy, you might not get a really good finish being a new cake decorator. These tooth scrapers are invaluable. What they're going to do is basically put a pattern into the side of your cake, which will basically forgive all those lumps and bumps. So what I'm doing is I'm resting this on my turntable and I'm just going around. Now I'm not going so deep that I dig into the cake. I just want to put that tooth pattern on the outside, just like so. Just going to go around the bottom now and take off any excess Rich and Smooth off the base. Now I'm not worrying about the outside because I'm going to be piping rosettes on there. Now I'm going to place this on the cake board and come back with a piping bag. So I'm just going to take my baseboard and take a little bit of the Rich and Smooth and just put it in the middle like that. Now I've just been out into the shop and I found these pearlized pink sprinkles, so I'm just going to tip some of these into a cake pan. You could use a plastic tray if you wanted to. And I'm just going to pick up my cake. I'm going to take the sprinkles like so, and I'm just going to, around the base, lean them onto the bottom, over the tray so you don't make a messy bench. Just tilting the cake, and what that does is it just tidies up any ugly edges around the base of a cake. You can use any sprinkles you want. I'm choosing pink trying to keep it in theme, so like so. Last one around the back there. Now I'm just going to take my cake now and position it in the middle of my cake board. So as it is with every cake, there's a front and a back, so choose the best side to be your front, and obviously the worst goes in the back. Here's our edible image, and it's as simple as just peeling it straight off. And I'm just going to position that in the centre of my cake. Now the Rich and Smooth will actually make our image stick to it, so we don't have to put any glues or gels or anything down to hold it, and that's pretty much our image in position now. Now I'm going to pipe some rosettes around the outside. Just while I'm standing in front of my cake, I'm going to mark 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock. I'm going to mark 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, and then I'm going to mark the two in between each one. You could use the tip of a knife. Now I've got 12 dots around the outside of my circle, and that just is going to give me an idea of where I'm going to pipe my rosettes. So here we have our 18-inch Loyal disposable piping bag. And all I'm going to do is take some scissors and cut off the tip. Now don't cut too much off, otherwise your piping tube will just fall straight out the end of it. And take our number 9 star tube and just drop it into the piping bag and push it all the way out, just like so. Fold your piping bag over, put your hand underneath the collar. So that's how I fill a piping bag, so I just sort of push it in and then slide my scraper off that finger. So what I want to do is I want to pipe my rosette half onto my image and just within the frame of my cake. So I'm just going to go and squeeze and go into a little circle like that. So 6 o'clock first, and then 12, then 9, 3, and then following those dots that I put in before, in between each one. Now I've dropped my cupcakes into the cupcake wraps, I'm just sitting there like that, and I'm going to repeat the process with the Rich and Smooth on these as well. I'm going to build these ones up quite high though, so I'm going to go round, just like so. I'm going to repeat the same for all 6, doing 2 pink, 2 blue and 2 yellow. And there it is, 6 cupcakes, 1 8-inch vanilla cake and 1 litre of Rich and Smooth. Now I've just finished putting the wafer paper toppers into the top of my cupcakes and the candle picks into the top of my rosettes here, just to add a little bit of height. With the addition of a de-scraper, a combed scraper, a turntable, a palette knife, a piping bag and a star tube, you can achieve this look. So I hope that helps. Just remember, if you have any problems or you've got any questions, you can go into any of your Bake Boss stores and they'll be more than happy to help. Thanks for watching. Cheers.